All right. We got a newbie, Danny Marino. What's up, Big Dan?
What's up? What's up, fellas?
I don't even know what Guy
Miss
Talk
you
is.
guys.
I lost count, so I don't know what Guy Talk it is. I have no
This
clue.
is Guy Talk 8.
Did you see the one that I sent you today? I put up a new one, like a best of. Did you see it?
I saw that shit.
Did you see it, Danny?
No,
It
not
was-
yet.
We bet Steve Smith if he could shut up for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to see it yet,
You
but
got
I
it. Yeah,
did see
shit's
what he
funny.
said to you.
Let's
He cannot.
let's do the shot first.
Salute.
His Guy Talk.
Salud. Salud. Cheers.
All right. Before we get started, Serious and Silliness has some shout outs. So we got some news on Serious and Silliness. First thing is, we're no longer just on YouTube. We are now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and now we are on Patreon. The thing is,
Sir.
Patreon, you got to spend the big $5 to get on Patreon. But the good part is only the risque shit goes on Patreon. So what I do on Patreon is I interview porno girls, OnlyFans girls, and on Patreon they all get naked. So I've interviewed 3 girls, and at the end they all take their clothes off. And you know
When
me,
do we
Dan-
go?
and you know me, Danny. You got some big ass titties. They're like giant. I'm not even kidding. They're fucking.
Yo, I've seen some of the ones that he had on Patreon, and he is not bullshitting. Them titties is bigger than a motherfucker. Damn.
Yeah.
So what the? John got
Bigger than your
on
head.
Patreon.
Bigger than Steve's head.
Yeah. So from here on in, Guy Talk will be on Patreon. I'll put like a 5 or 10 minute clip on YouTube, and then whoever else wants to see the rest of Guy Talk, it's gonna go to Patreon. Danny, Danny, we lost him, and we have no audio on Danny.
He's all sideways and
He's
shit.
all fucked up.
Nah, he's better now. Nah.
Yeah, but he's
No,
I'm back.
There you
there
go.
we go. We got you now.
Sorry about that.
But your shit's all sideways, Danny. What the fuck? You're all fucked up. Yeah. Come on, fix that shit, son. Fix that
Go
shit,
ahead,
son.
Steve. Tell him your technical terms on the phone. Well, turn the phone around. Turn the phone around.
Spin the phone around, Danny.
Can you see me now?
I could
Yeah,
see you.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
can you see us?
Yeah.
All right, good enough.
All right.
So anyway, so from here on in, any video that has a that's going to be on Patreon, like the full interview will be on Patreon. The link will be at the bottom. So the link of the Patreon will be at the bottom of this video when it comes out. So from here on in, Guy Talk, OnlyFans bitches, porno bitches will be on Patreon, and only a little bit will be on YouTube. All the other interviews, the bodybuilding, powerlifting, arm wrestling shit, whatever other shit, the gangster stuff. Yeah, gangster stuff I put on both. Then that'll be on YouTube. The other fucking announcement is, I got a commercial, son. I got a commercial that's running on Dave Palumbo's YouTube channel called RX Muscle. He has 270,000 subscribers. So I'm paying that motherfucker
Nice.
to put my commercial on before his videos start. And that started yesterday.
Nice.
This motherfucker.
Congratulations, my
There
brother.
you go.
I'm trying to make it work.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you. And here's the funniest part. Out of all the fucking shows that we do, out of all the interviews, out of everything, the gangster stuff, the porno stuff, the bodybuilding stuff, Guy Talk has the least amount of views out of everything. Like there are some Guy Talk
We're
videos
gonna
that have,
change that shit this week.
yeah, there are some Guy Talk videos that have less than 30 views. Like they have like 27 views. I'm like, what the? This shit is mad funny. I don't get it, man. So me and Steve were talking about this topic, and this kind of drives me crazy. But I don't think enough people talk about this. It's kind of serious, but it's funny at the same time. We were talking about girls that act like dudes, like girls that are so masculine that they curse a lot and even walk like they're dude, but they're straight. They're not gay or nothing like that. And like if they're like Spanish or black, they drop the N-bomb all the time. or if they're white, they say bro or dude, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that whole thing. Like that's so trashy and so not attractive and so
That's a
not
street.
feminine.
That's a street thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's a big turn
No,
on.
that's not a
Big
street thing.
time.
That's these bitches that don't identify with their own true identification as a woman. Like these bitches are confused because you know you are a straight up full grown woman walking around here talking about like whatever the nationality you are, like white, black, whatever the case may be, and you're like, "What's up, bro?" Like trying to be like all this masculine shit like a dude. Like, bitch, don't you realize you're not a dude? You're a woman. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She got some mental issues.
Yeah, but this is common. This is not uncommon. Like there's a girl in my gym, this white girl, and she looks feminine, bleach blonde hair, her nails done. She works out, but she walks around like Jack, and she's always cursing, and she calls everybody bro. The fuck, like, yo, there's no fucking room in here today, man. I need some fucking room in here. I need some room before I work out. I'm like, holy shit, like. Take it easy, Telly Savalas.
Now, are we talking about mentally, or is she gay, or we're just talking about straight women?
No, straight women that talk like that, like talk real tough, like they're tough. And the truth of the matter is, that's the type of girl that is quick with her hands too.
She'll fuck you up.
Yeah, but the thing is though,
needs to get knocked the fuck out.
Right. The thing is though,
that happens a lot when like a girl is raised with like four brothers,
yes,
3 brothers.
You think so?
She get her ass kicked all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. She gotta act tough, and they stay with that shit.
But I've seen girls like that are quick with their hands, and then like because they want to be tough, but they think they have a past because they're a girl. And I've seen those girls, whether it be on YouTube or in real life, like
get fucked up.
And it's like, watch your hand. There was one famous one where this girl hit this guy in the mouth and his mouth was bleeding. And they were like in their boy's house or whatever. And she's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to fucking hit a girl? And he just fucking bang. I mean, they were in the garage and this girl went flying. And then all of a sudden she turned into a little girl, and she's like, oh God, help.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, have you ever seen the video of the 8-ball jacket guy?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
He's like, fuck you, what you gonna do? This guy was a minor league. This guy was a minor league baseball player. He was like 6'3".
Yeah.
He said, "Bow."
That the original video. The original video. The title to that video, the original, was to slap her around the world.
That's right. Yeah. Well, or what about the girl that spit on the bus driver and the bus driver uppercutted her?
Oh, I remember seeing that shit. The bus driver hooked off on her like.
Yeah.
We saw that with Jay Scoffer. Remember, you're going to jail now.
That's right. And somebody on the bus said, you're going to act like a man, I'm going to treat you like a man. No, somebody on the bus said, that's a female. And he goes, if you're going to act like a man, I'm going to treat you like a man.
Treat you like a man, and I'm going to fuck you up like a man.
Yeah, so, I mean, and then the best part is, here's the best part that I can't stand. There's always those white knights. The guy that thinks he's going to protect her because he's going to get some pussy or something like that. And it's like, dude, why didn't you step in before she slapped me? Like, you could have stopped her from slapping me. Why are you jumping in now after I just like retaliated? Listen, every one of us have gotten slapped in the face, and it is instinctual that you want to hit her back.
That bitch fought back. You remember after the uppercut?
Yeah.
She still was fighting.
Yeah.
I said, God damn, he hooked her with an uppercut, and that bitch is still coming. She had to get one of these joints like this.
Yeah. Or then there was another one where it was a couple and their kid, and there was a bunch of teenage kids surrounding them, and it was like a 14-year-old girl, and the guy was standing there. He was a big guy, and I don't know what happened, but they were all the like high school kids, and she knuckled up and came after him, and he just fucking bow. Yeah, and it's like, well, don't come after me like this. I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
So in society, what is the right answer though?
The right answer is act like a female.
Bitch,
Well, if they
be a
don't,
lady,
then what do you
goddamn it.
do?
You know, say that again.
If they don't, and this is what it comes down to.
Look, if you put your hands on me, I'm hitting you back, and that's it. And the truth of the matter is that is self-defense. What about? Did you ever see this one? What about the guy that got out of jail and he was trying to, like, you know, go straight, and he had a job at McDonald's, and he was in the back, had a job at McDonald's, and there were two girls in ordering, right? And they got into some words. I don't know what they got into. They got into some words. One girl jumped behind the counter, and another girl started walking around the counter, and they were both going to. And this guy comes out with some kind of iron. I don't know what it was, like wrought iron
or something, yeah.
And he whipped both their asses, like. And then you hear some girl going, stop! Why didn't you stop her from jumping over the counter and trying to whip her ass? Like, if you're gonna come at me like a man, like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna treat you like, I'm not just gonna take a beating.
You gotta protect yourself.
I'm just not gonna just take a, you know.
Yourself.
In society today,
in the air, and like as a woman, you throw your hands up in the air like you ready to throw joints, prepare to get knocked the fuck out.
That's right.
An average person.
Go ahead, Meatball.
Shit like this, like you ready to fight like a man. And then when you get knocked the fuck out, you start crying like a bitch. No.
Yeah, right.
You know what the problem is? Steve, me and Danny are going to go jerk.
Hold on. Hold on, Steve.
What's her name?
Steve.
When she said, oh, you want to fight? And then he...
Goddamn camera can't even keep up with him.
Yeah, that was a movie. We're talking in real life. Go ahead, Meatball. What were you going to say?
You know, the problem is today, the average person that works, you know, has something to lose.
Oh,
100%. These people know that society and the way it is they're not going to do nothing to me.
Right.
But we're coming to the point in this world that the sleeping bear, I like to call them. I don't want to get into politics and all that.
No, definitely not.
It's like when we were growing up, you were about to make a move. You knew you were going to get hit, whether you made that move or not. Right. It's changed in the last 30 to 40 years. But you're watching these videos and going, like, girls are getting all tough, thinking these guys, they're not gonna touch me because I'm a girl. And it's getting ugly out there, and it's gonna come to the point that that bear, you keep poking it, and society's gonna go. And I just still disagree with it. That I'll accept a grown man punching a woman. Yeah. Because that's how bad it's got. It's going to take many years for it to get back to normal, if it ever does.
But that
even
guy,
guys on guys too.
Yeah.
You know, the guy across the street, that kid, that 18-year-old kid goes up to that 40-year-old. That you don't want to hit it because he's an 18-year-old kid. But you know what? They're coming to the point that no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And T-Ball,
go ahead.
You said that shit about the 40-year-old man and the 18-year-old kid. That shit. It stopped me in my tracks with my thoughts as soon as you said that shit. Because I'm like, are you kidding me? If I'm a 40-year-old dude and I got an 18-year-old kid threatening me, that 18-year-old kid is going to get fucked up because it's me or him. And the 18-year-old kid is a younger dude that can do damage to my old ass. So I'm taking his ass the fuck out at the soonest opportunity.
That's
I'm
right.
dead that shit.
So let me change the scenario.
Steve's gonna hit him in the groin.
Right. And you're passing by a high school, 17, 18-year-old kid. You're gonna hesitate. First of all, when we were growing up, you knew that 17, 18-year-old kid would never disrespect you or embarrass you in the street or what, because you knew the father would whip his ass or whoever.
That's right.
These kids today, if you're walking down a street with a high school a couple blocks away, kid 17, 18 years old, you know you don't want to hit him because he's a young kid. And you don't want to have no problems because now you're going, is he 18 or is he 16?
Yeah.
Because these 14-year-olds look like they're 24. So, you know what I'm trying to say? And I should have went low. I should have went low at the end. You know, what are you going to ask this guy for his driver's license? And you going to knock him out?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna say, wait a minute.
But
Is he a minor?
You're gonna walk away. That's the smartest thing to do, is to walk away. But the thing is, it's when they put their hands on you, then it's self-defense. But you're gonna listen.
You gotta remember, Meatball, this is the streets. This is the streets, and the rules change because I don't give a fuck if you know you could be.
You could be 15. You come up to me.
Right.
You don't want to hit no youngster.
Yeah.
But 16, 17, 18 years old, right? And these kids nowadays, they got balls and they just be running up on older people like, like you're going to get got. And, yo, you got to let them know.
You see next Friday? You see next Friday? Pinky for next Friday? That he's like, motherfucker, who sent you, nigga? Who sent you, motherfucker? One time I was in the train and there was a group of kids and they were just acting fucking crazy. And I'm like, these fucking teenagers. And I was like this at the edge, at the door, like, ooh, motherfucker. I said, you better not fucking come to me because I'm ready to knock you motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. Like nowadays, it don't fucking matter because they look at you and they be like, "Oh, this old motherfucker, we can knock him out, steal his shit."
You see, yeah. You see, the boys. I'm not gonna say it's right, but I understand a boy coming into his own, and he's hitting teenage years, and he wants to prove to his friends, or he wants to see how tough he is. But it's the girls that fucking drive me crazy.
But it's the same. It's the same thing. First of all, I have 2 girls, and and God forgive me if I offend anyone. My girls, when it comes to being manly, the kids today, the boys, are all mama's boys.
Absolutely.
Not all, most of. And it's terrible. They're taking the manhood away from them.
Yeah.
And the girls are getting more tougher. But back to what Steve was saying, if you hit that kid, let's say 17 years old, right? That goes on your record, child abuse or something. I don't know what the term would be, but if you go for a job and that's on your record, you're done, my friend.
Yeah, you have too much to lose. You have to be able to.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
We're talking about that. Those are 2 different scenarios. What you're saying is 100% correct. I agree with that. Because if you look at it that way, you're like, you're looking at it more so as if to say, how is it going to affect my life if I fuck that kid up?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. You have to.
That's the one way of looking at it. But the other way of looking at it is, if I don't defend myself, this kid might fuck me up.
Right.
Yep.
So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, you're right.
Absolutely.
If you're coming at me with a gun or a bat or a knife, I'm fucking trying to take you out because you're trying to fuck me up.
No, yeah, that's self-defense. That's completely different. So I'll give you an example, okay? Like I went to I was going to a store and I pulled into a park and I had my little shitty Sentra, right? I had my work car with me, right? So I pulled up and I forgot this is when we had to wear masks in the store. And I forgot my mask. So I went back in the car, I opened the door, and the door hit the car next to me. But it was like an older Jeep, and the truck was all as fucked up as my car. So I hit the Jeep, and I realized I hit it. I stood up and I went, "Oh, sorry, sorry about that." The guy gets out of the car, right? And he goes, "Can I see if there's any damage?" And I was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me!" Like my door tapped your door. So my stomach is in knots, right? But now I'm like, okay, let's not let this get out of hand. You have to de-escalate it because, you get to 45 years old, you have too much to lose. So the guy goes, looks at his door, and there's no, of course, there's no damage because I, didn't really do anything. And he goes, yeah, just be careful next time. And I'm like, oh my God, like, yo, like you're testing my manhood right here. And I just basically was just turned around and walked into the store where I had to go, and I just ignored him because otherwise it would have been like, you gotta think, I got a house, I got a fucking wife, I got a career.
Yeah, but you know what? I would have accepted that.
Yeah, but that's cool.
I would have accepted that.
Cool. He threw you a bone because
if he would have been like, oh, you scratched my door, you would have been like, Come on, man.
But it was more of his tone. It was more of his tone. Like I understand what you're saying 100%, but he was like, I was standing there and I'm not exaggerating. He goes, "Can I see if there's any damage?" So I moved out of the way, I let him look, and he's looking, and he goes, "Yeah, just be careful next time." And I was like, you're talking to me like I'm your child. Like,
did you have sleeveless shirts that day?
No. I had
that's why. You had sleeveless shirt. That motherfucker would have been like,
I'm
sorry. I was in your way.
Let's go back to the girls acting like dudes, and I just want to talk about how big of a turnoff that is, and you know what I mean. So Danny, you're the only one that's single out of all of us, right?
No, I'm in a relationship actually.
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're not married. It doesn't matter. Well, she's there with you now. Tell her to come in and say hello. Let's see what she looks like.
She's in the shower. She's in the shower.
I'm single too, motherfucker.
Oh, I forgot that, Steve. I'm sorry. You're not with that girl anymore. All right. So, you ever meet a girl that's like talking to you and every other word out of her mouth is the N-bomb?
Yeah.
Like that.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That's a turn off.
It really is. It's
bad.
like
I dated a girl and she was like street girl. She was gorgeous, banging body, but that was like, and I was like, you don't need to fight everybody. Like, just calm the fuck down. And it was like, she was so hot, but that shit was just like, that streetness was just like such a fucking turn off.
And then they give you this bullshit. You just can't handle me. Yeah, they give you that bullshit. No, bitch, you're nuts.
I don't even want to hear an explanation, like, for them trying to defend themselves. If I pick up on that whole shit about she's dropping the N-word like crazy, like, oh yeah, my nigga this and my nigga that, and I'm like, I'm so turned off by that shit. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say.
Yeah, right.
You
especially like when you get older, it's like
you don't want to hear that shit. Come on.
You want a woman that acts like a feminine woman. You're supposed to be the dude. You want a woman that's classy. You want a woman that's classy. You don't want a woman that acts like she's from the streets. I mean, these girls, it's just
like you're dating a fucking man.
And in the white version, it's bro or dude. Yo, what's up, bro? And I'm like, what? Oh, what? Anyway,
that's white trash.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's move on to the next topic. You can see the rest of this video. The uncensored footage is going to be on Patreon. Serious and silliness explicit. It's really simple. Don't miss out on the fun. Go and take a look.